Okay, let me tell you. If you think multitasking is cool and you get things done quicker, sorry to break it to you, but that's completely incorrect. Hey everyone, I'm Hussain. I love making videos about psychology and mindset. I go online, I do my research, and read books to bring the most valuable information that I can find for you guys. And sometimes I just share things that I find really inspiring or motivating. So without further ado, let's dive into this video. In this video today, I'm going to talk about how multitasking is actually making us dumb. And with a real life example and a science-based research that shows how multitasking is actually decreasing our IQ. And also at the end of this video, I have an announcement to make, and that's gonna put me in a lot of trouble. The other day, I was listening to a podcast called The Mindset Mentor by Rob Dial. It's a completely wonderful podcast. If you guys are into podcast, go listen to this. You will not regret. It's a really life-changing podcast. I'll put the link in the description if you guys want to listen. So go, and I really hardly recommend you guys listen to this podcast. So in that podcast, he talks about how multitasking is actually making us dumb. And I love the way he explains that doing a little bit of everything is like doing nothing. And doing a lot of one thing, which the important thing, is actually doing something, which means focusing on things that are important instead of doing things which are less important. Think of a time when you were really motivated, energetic to do something, and you felt like, I'm gonna crush it and I'm gonna conquer the world today. And you do start the task, like maybe it's reading a book, writing a page on your journal, or simply cooking a delicious meal. So whatever the task, you really start with good energy and you are really motivated and you think that you're going to crush it. And when you start doing the task, once you remember something else, like, oh, I didn't reply the email from the work, or like I have to text this person, all of those little things which can be important or which is important, but that thing distracts you from the real task. So you go out, you give the reply or you text the person, and when you come back to the task that you were doing with full of energy, now you don't feel like doing that. So let's think, what happened that changed our energy and our motivation towards that task? It's simply that we got distracted. What I want to explain is that when we focus on one task at a time and give all our attention and focus towards that specific task, which is the main task at the time, which is very important, which we have to do, is really the key to getting a lot of things done. So instead of going to reply the email or going to text that person, we could focus on the task and complete it and then go to the other task. How can we lock our focus and do a lot of work done? So the simplest technique or tip that I can give you is to lock in into one task at one time. And not only one task of, like, if you have a long to-do list, pick out the most important thing from that to-do list that has to be done today and it at that time. So for example, if I have a to-do list of brushing my teeth, going to get a haircut, ironing my clothes, or doing all those other to-do lists, to go meet this person, to text this, to write an email to my friend thanking them for something, all of those things. And then there is also these things to, like, reading my 10 pages, which is part of my to-do list, which is part of my challenge, or filming the video that I have to upload tomorrow. So instead of doing all the other things, you could start with the most important one, which is filming the video or doing what's important at that moment. So for me, if it's that filming the video is the main thing which I have to upload tomorrow, I have to put time for editing and all the other stuff. So that's the most important thing that I have to focus on. So instead of tricking my brain that I'm doing a lot by doing all the little stuff, I would focus on that one task. I would film that video first, and when I'm done, I will be really relieved and I will not procrastinate, and then I can do all the other tasks. And believe me or not, that's really something that makes us more productive. We get a lot of things done. According to the podcast, a research was done by the University of London which showed that multitasking actually decreases our IQ, which means which showed that if you are multitasking, it actually decreases your IQ by, like, if you miss a whole night sleep. So imagine if you have not slept a whole night, like you have been working or you have been doing something and you have not slept for the whole night. Imagine doing a task at that moment. You cannot focus, you completely like are shocked of little things. Like sometimes we messed up the spellings or we messed up really small things that we daily do it without any problems, without any thinking, without any obstacles. We do it like quickly, which shows that multitasking is actually decreasing our IQ. So that's all for today. If you guys think this video brought some value, like and subscribe and send it through to someone who needs to hear this. And at the end of this video, I really want to thank you all, and the announcement I want to make is that I am taking on a challenge, which is doing 1 full year of YouTube, and if I fail, I'll completely quit. Thank you.